Okay lads, this is just a video now on just a reflection I've done on our tactics, what's working for us, what's not, why we're perhaps not getting out. So there's a couple of things and we'll go over those there. So you can see that this is the 3-5-2 that we set up with. We've got the two strikers, we've got the left wing back, the three central midfield players here, and we've got the right wing back, and then we've got the three central defensive players here. I've sort of renamed them to pair some players up, and we'll come into that now. So the first thing is style change. Okay, we've been looking at playing out from the back to feet, and that's going to change. Actually, I think we need to get the ball further up the field. I think at this level and for our squad, there seems to be a lot of nerves when we're trying to create a staging area here, as we've tried to do in the last couple of games. There seems to be a bit of fear, a little bit of nerves. If there's a high press, we're struggling on the ball and there's not much of a link between these defenders and the strikers and the midfielders, so that wasn't working for us. So we're going to change that. Okay, so like for instance here, if the keeper's got the ball or if one of the defenders has got the ball, then we're going to go much more direct. Yeah, we're going to go much more direct. So the ball now is going to go, oh, let me just cancel that. Let's see if I can get this on. We need to be much more direct. The ball needs to just be going up into here, yeah, as often as it can. So if the central defender's got it, the ball needs to be going up there. Okay. If this central defender's got it, same thing. The ball needs to just be going up into this area. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll get the strikers up the pitch in front of their centre halves, and we'll get the midfielders up, and potentially the wing backs up as well. Obviously these other players would move up the pitch when we're kicking it long, and we are going to be much more of a direct team now, so we need to play most of the game, if we can, in this area. So it needs to be in their half, not ours. Far too often recently we've been in ours. Now I'm going to take that on the chin as coach, so I'm not having a go at you lads. That's me. I've been trying to create a staging area through here, and as I've said, for this squad and at this level, I'm just not sure that's appropriate. So we are going to go much more direct. We're going to get the ball here. If then it means that we can start, like Jake said, potentially there's a time and a place to play. Once the ball's gone in here, so let's just place the ball in these areas with one of the strikers, then let's say we can start building a little bit of pass to feet in this area. Maybe down the sides also, yeah? Down this side as well. So like Jake said, there's a time and a place, but that is going to involve now the first ball being a ball direct into this area from any of these players. Okay, so it can be any of these, could be, we could go over to the side as well, not a problem. And that's another thing. So if the central midfielders get it, why not just clip it into the corner? Yeah, central midfielders, you get the ball, just clip it into the corner, and let's let the wing backs and potentially the striker go out to help. Yeah, so it's completely style change now, lads, and what that's going to do, I think, is that's going to take the pressure off the back line, and we're going to start applying pressure to them, because we definitely need that. As a coach now, I need to free you up from pressure in this defensive area. I'm taking the defeat on the chin. I was very impressed with everybody's efforts to work hard. There was some good defending despite how bad the loss was. I don't think it was helped with the style I was trying to go for. So we are changing that, certainly. So I'm looking after you in that regard, and that's what we'll do. Okay, moving on to the next thing. So let's just set it back up so everyone can see how we are. We've got the 3-5-2 system. Another problem that we've had is that when we're defending, the left wing back's always been here and the right wing back's always been here. So consequently, we can never really get out into any of these areas. We've really struggled getting out into here, and we've really struggled getting out into there. Okay, and we've certainly struggled sort of the link between the central defensive areas and the strikers, so all this area of the pitch. Okay, so I've been looking at the tactics, and I think we need to almost free a defensive burden from this right wing back and left wing back if we can. Okay. The way to do that, we'll just explain that a little bit more on the next image. I've paired players basically. I've paired there, blue midfield, blue defender, red midfield, red defender. So we'll go into that now. So this highlights it a little bit better. There was a training session a little while ago where I said the right side of the pitch is the red side. So this is the right side of the pitch. You can see it's red. And then you get a paired red centre back with a paired red central midfielder. Yeah. And then obviously the opposite of red is blue. So blue is the left side of the field. It just makes communication and language a little bit easier if we say that, I think. So you've got the blue centre back and the blue midfielder. So these three midfielders. Blue midfield, red midfield, centre midfield. Blue defender, red defender, sweeper or middle defender. Okay? So that kind of shows you who's paired. That midfielder is paired with this defender. That midfielder is paired with this defender. It keeps this player, the wing back, and this player, the wing back, higher up the field. So I'll show you what I mean on an example. If the ball is like we're defending blue 3, so there was a training session a while ago where we defended blue 1, blue 2 here, and blue 3 positionally, so that's it. We're defending kind of our 18-yard box, the ball is there. Often what you'll get is you'll get the right winger with the ball, and you might get the overlap with the right back, and so we're going to have a 2v1 somewhere. It's the blue defender's responsibility to go out to the ball and be like a pseudo left back in a back 3. Okay, so the blue defender is going to go out. The left wing back isn't going to help him now. This blue midfield, it's going to be the blue midfielder's responsibility to help out and get the spare man in this area of the field. Okay, let me just highlight that. I know you can see where the ball is, but this area of the field there. So you see how the blue defender is paired with the blue midfielder. Now obviously we're looking for, well, what we're protecting there is a cross into the box. So they're looking at, oh, wrong one minute. See where the ball is. Let me just set this up. So they're going to look to cross the ball into here, yeah? Move the keeper back. So now these defenders can come across and they can operate as sort of two central defenders together. There's a midfielder that can help, and there's a right midfielder that, don't forget, he's paired with there. So there's no reason why we can't have 4 in the box there, plus do 2 defending the cross. Crucially, keeping the left wing back, keeping the right wing back up, and actually the central midfielder might not come in, depending on how many men they flood forward. But typically you'll get this, you'll get this. In open play at this level, I haven't noticed any team getting the CAM, the CAM into the box from crosses anyway. So that setup there with 1, 2 and 3 should be enough to defend the 2 players in the box. And then we've got to pair players so that the blue defender knows who his paired defender is. And if they suddenly get the ball, bang, there, then the left wing back's available. And then they can set him up. And he can now, straight away, he can be at them. I'll just change the colour. So now the left wing back could be at them in this direction. So that's what we've not done in other games. Let me move all that, get that back to how it was. And I'll go through the same example on the other side. So the blue defender would be there in our position. Blue midfield would be here. Central midfield. So I'm just setting up back to how it was to begin with. Yeah. So this is our 3, 5, 2 formation. So let's change it now. Their left wingers progressed with the ball. So the ball's here. There might be an underlap or an overlap from a left back. The red defender, so that's the right side central defender, would engage the ball carrier, yeah, and try and stop the cross. So this is what we're trying to stop now. We're trying to stop the cross into the box. So the red defender engages. If there's 2 on 1, so you can see there, 2 players against our 1 blue defender. Then the right midfielder, the red midfielder, who's paired with the red defender, would come right over and help him. So now it's a 2v2. If they bring the ball back here, then yes, the right wing back, he can put the scissors on now and we can try and win possession that way. But I'm trying to keep right wing back further up the field, left wing back further up the field. So it's crucial that the red midfielder and the red defender are paired, and the blue midfielder and the blue defender are paired. So don't forget, when the red defender goes out, middle defender comes over, you've got 2 men to pick up in the box, blue defender comes over, so you're kind of operating in our box now to police this area as 2 centre backs. If there's lively action at the back, let's say somebody else is charging in, then don't forget he's got a pair, this player's got a defensive pair, blue defender. You've got to shout the blue midfielder to get in, and he can come and mark that number 7 at the back. So what we've got is we've got a route out there, we've got a route out there, and we've got a route out there. If we all of a sudden get the ball, then look at the available passes. Yeah, let's change the colour. The available passes might be, oops, change that. The available passes might straight away be into any of the 2 strikers, or ball over the top for the strikers to run onto. It might be ball into, put him back where he was. It might be ball into this area for the left wing back to exploit the space. Let me just change this. Left wing back can now be exploiting this space. Right wing back can be exploiting this space. And that final ball that this player has, he's got a ball into there for the right wing back to run onto like this, left wing back, etc, etc.